Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're doing things a little bit different today. So as I noted in a post on the channel a little while ago, I did recently trade my Ingo Inferno for this guy, a Fryette Deliverance 60. So this is the original version of this amp. They have recently released a more updated version of this amp. I think they just call it the Deliverance 2 or something like that. That has an effects loop as the main advantage that the newer one has over this one. With that said, this is my first real Fryette or VHT amp that I've ever played. I do have the Fryette Pitbull model, which the synergy module, which I really like quite a lot. And my eye is still out to find one of those amps. But that said, you can get these for quite a bit cheaper, and they sound really freaking good. This is an awesome amp, and right now it's definitely suddenly competition for my Ceriatone Leviathan as far as my second favorite amp. And with that said, I have all four of my amps here that I currently own hooked up, and we're gonna go ahead and just play through all four of them, and just do some comparisons, and maybe I'll have some thoughts along the way. I'm just thinking that this all sounds really, really freaking good. So for today, we're gonna use the amps on fairly saturated settings. I've typically been using more crunchier settings on the amps and adding more boost through an overdrive pedal, but today we're going to try and get as much juice out of the amps themselves as we can. We are going to use an overdrive pedal, but we'll get to that point. I'll let you know when I turn it on or off. Right now we're using my revival drive, and we're using the silicon side of it for more of a tighter sound. Also, whenever I get a new amp, I tend to like mess with my mics and cabs just a little bit and try and pull like the best sounds out of it that I can. And right now, although in the room I'm using both of my cabs still, what you guys are going to be hearing is just my KSR 2x12 cab, which has the Eminence DV77s in it. That's mic'd up with the SM57 and my SE Electronics VR1 ribbon mic. Playing my Black Hat HSA7 with Bare Knuckle Ragnaroks. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So on the KHE, my amp switcher here, you'll be able to tell which amp I'm on. The Artemis is 1. Number 2 is the Dover. Number 3, the Ceriatone Leviathan. And I have the Deliverance on 4. So literally 1, 2, 3, 4. Get it? Got it? Good. Alright, we'll turn off the overdrive for now and just jump between the amps. So this is straight into the amps. Really nice. So yeah, once again, I'm in this nice place where I really love every amp that's sitting here. Sometime earlier last year at some point, man, I had so many amps around here, and it was getting to the point where like, all right, I'm not in love with the majority of these amps, and it really bothered me. I got to the point where like, all right, I need to sell all these amps, and so I did. Right now, I feel like I'm in a good place. I really like everything that's coming out of these amps. Like it quite a bit. And I watched a video on the Deliverance 60 the other day. Steve Fryette, the designer of these amps, was kind of talking about it. And his goal with it was to create the most flexible single channel amp that he could that didn't have a whole bunch of knobs and switches and stuff. And it really is just well, I said knobs. Enough knobs, but it's not like the monster that my KSR looks like. It looks like it came out of a freaking spaceship or something. But that said, you can get a whole heck of a lot of tones out of the Deliverance 60. I'm going to do a video directly on the Deliverance, but today I kind of just wanted to do some amp comparisons. That's it. Let's turn on the revival drive here and go back and do the same thing. I'll start on the Artemis again. go. We can kind of leave it there. Yeah, when you're playing with this many amps, it kind of becomes overwhelming to try and dial stuff in too much. But that said, I'm pretty curious to kind of do one-on-one comparisons with a bunch of these amps. I really like how all of them sound. I just recently kind of summed up my thoughts on my amps in a Facebook post. Yeah, my KSR Artemis is my favorite amp. It's expensive, but for what it costs, it's the one amp that I bought at a price like this where I feel like, okay, it was totally worth it. I'm glad I bought it. And it's just my number one amp. It can do pretty much everything. It does it very, very well. The Dover DA20, I consider it like it falls around my third favorite amp. But that said, it's like the most unique sounding amp that I own, that I ever played really. And I feel like I could probably pick it out if I'm playing it blind. Like I would know that it's the DA20. Up until now, my second favorite amp has been the Ceriatone Leviathan. But like I said, as of right now, I feel like it's a competition between it and the Deliverance 60. They're both just really, really cool amps. The Ceriatone really scratches that EL34 itch for me, but it's also still a very controlled kind of dry amp, but it can also become super pissed off. And the D60, similar stuff, but it's what is it, KT77 based head, I believe? But regardless, I've been sitting here trying to find a KT88 or 77 based amp for quite a while now, and there I have it. It does not disappoint. But hey, if you guys are curious to hear any of these amps compared against each other or in any specific context, please let me know down in the comment section. I'm looking for any excuse I can to play this stuff and share it with you guys. But hey, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and yeah, you guys take care.